The state of the Yucatan in Mexico is famous for its incredible beaches and for the cities of Cancun and Tulum. If you're visiting one of these cities and can pull yourself away from the water, there are so many adventures to be had. In this video, we show you some of the best day trips in the area. Today we are off on our first day trip to visit some cenotes. I'm excited to show you all of the different amazing excursions or day trips you could do from Merida or even just in the Yucatan in general. And today are the cenotes, like I already mentioned, which is exciting because I've seen them, all over the internet. All my friends are always going to cenotes and now we finally get to see them. We do have to bring the GoPro though. I'm going to leave the camera behind since it's a full day in the water. So if the audio is slightly different, that's why. The audio on the GoPro really doesn't work very well, but we got to visit 4 cenotes. To get between the cenotes, we got to ride bikes, which I thought was fun. All of them were so cool and also so different. The water was colder than I was expecting, but also so clear. The tree roots hanging in the cenotes were my favorite part because it made the whole experience feel very adventurous. These tree roots are some of the coolest things that I've ever seen. And all the cenotes are these cool tree roots. This one literally looks like a waterfall. It's so cool to see tree roots like this. It reminds you how deep we are underground. Seeing the small hole at the top of the cenotes was another really cool sight. This looks so grand and majestic. The light is coming in. It's so fun. Unfortunately, the GoPro doesn't capture the lighting correctly, but trust me when I say in real life, the view was pretty epic. Some of the cenotes also had fun places to jump off of, which we enjoyed. Our favorite cenote was one that was just a small hole in the ground. We had the whole place all to ourselves, making the experience even better. Overall, it was a really enjoyable day. We booked our excursion on Airbnb and we had the best guide. I explained it better immediately after the experience though, so here's what I had to say. Visiting the cenotes was so much fun. I think that every single one was so different and so special in its own way. So it was so good to see such a variety and to go to so many. My favorite was the one where there's this little hole just in the ground and I went into this epic cave with the birds and just this little secret cave that we had all to ourselves. It was so awesome. But overall, it was such a good excursion. So first of all, it was me and Jan and then one other couple in a regular car, and it almost felt like a private tour guide instead of this big tour bus. We got to go at our own pace. Whenever we felt like stopping, we just got to move to the next one, which I really liked because it felt more like we were exploring on our own than we were on some huge tour. I don't like tours because they rush you through everything, so I liked how we got to go at our own pace. And I liked how all the food was included. The food was really good, so I highly recommend. It was an Airbnb experience and I'm going to link it down below. But that's it for today, so we will see you tomorrow on our next day trip.
Good morning. We're making our walk over to the bus terminal for our trip to Izamal.
Izamal is a Pueblo Magico, which means magic town. So I think it's going to be a really fun and really cute town to visit. So we're very excited. And today, instead of booking a full excursion, which excursions are so expensive, we are just going to walk down to the bus station and try to get a bus. We don't actually know if we're going to the right bus station, so it might be a bit of an adventure this morning, but that's okay. It's actually Dan's first time doing something like this, so I'm kind of happy about it. Well, that was the incorrect bus station, so we're going to walk to this one. Gracias.
Gracias.
Round 2 was a success. We got our tickets to Izamal, so for now we just wait. I feel so accomplished whenever I do something like this. I feel accomplished. How do you feel, Jan? It's his first time.
I felt worried when we couldn't go to the original bus station, but it was pretty simple when I got to the right one. Now we're just waiting. I'm a little bit worried about finding the right bus, but Miranda's experienced at this, so I'll just follow her.
Is this your first time going on a day trip that's not through an official excursion?
It is. So I'm a little bit worried, but we're pretty smart about everything, so I think we'll be okay.
We're half an hour early, but it feels like we're super early all of a sudden because everybody in here just cleared out to get onto a bus, probably an 8:30 bus going somewhere. It's almost 9:10 now. How do you feel?
stressed. But we found this family, or like these old couple that are going in the same bus, so kind of feel safe now because we're not the only ones waiting.
We made it. How do you feel?
Good.
How was your experience?
I feel hot and tired.
In the bus? The bus was so cold.
I feel hot. Well, now I feel hot because it was so cold, but I feel tired at the same time. Let's go check out this palace.
Jan was getting so mad that the bus was late. So mad. He did not like that. The hard part about the bus being so late is that now we're here at the peak of the day, which is also the hottest part of the day. And has tons of people. But we're surrounded by these beautiful yellow buildings. I heard that there were ruins in the center of town, so now we're going to head over to the ruins. We are walking up Mayan ruins, which is so amazing. I don't think there's very many places left in Mexico that you could actually walk the ruins. So look at us walking up this ancient temple. Oh, there's more. I thought it ended up here, but look, it keeps going. Do you see the people at the top? You could go to the top. It looks kind of steep.
Oh crap.
Ahí ahorita la tomamos arriba.
Are you okay?
We'll see.
This is amazing. I can't believe we're climbing on them. Oh, this is fun. Made it! We are on the top of the Mayan pyramid.
It's really windy up here, as you can probably hear. Reason being is because we feel like we're on the top of everything, because when you look around, there's like no other mountains or hills or anything, because everything's all flat.
We are on the top of a Mayan pyramid. We are on top of the world. That was so cool. I'll always remember the day that I climbed a Mayan pyramid. I miss it up there. It's really hot back down here.
There must be something with us and hot weather and ancient ruins.
Are you talking about Greece?
Yep.
No, we were just unlucky that the bus was delayed an hour because now it's very hot. We were actually hoping to get on the 8 o'clock bus and to leave here by 11. Now would be a good time to explain why the city is all yellow. So I don't know for sure, but there's two different reasons. I kept on reading online repeatedly. The first reason was they painted it yellow for the sun god. The second reason was because there was a Pope of Spain coming to visit and they wanted to impress him, so they painted it yellow. So I don't know the true reason. I think it's one of those, but maybe not. But it's beautiful, so whatever reason they painted it yellow. It is a very cute town. This is a great little town to visit. It's beautiful, very cute with all the yellow, and it's full of a lot of history. So I really enjoyed it, and I'm pretty sure there's only 2 places left you could actually climb on the Mayan pyramids. So it was really worth putting up the heat just to climb on top of the pyramid. That was so awesome, and I recommend the day trip just for that, even if you have to deal with the heat. But I'd recommend getting an earlier bus so you could avoid the heat of the day and leave early, because you really only need like 2 hours here. It's adorable, but you see it all very quickly. It's very small. But we enjoyed ourselves, but it is so hot. So we're ready to go back onto an air-conditioned bus, and I'll see you tomorrow. Welcome to Chitzen Itza, our very first of the new wonders of the world. It's really nice. It's actually really big and really impressive. I think the one we walked on yesterday was about the same size, but this one's nice because it's still fully intact. When you clap, it echoes back and it sounds like a bird.
It's probably cool. Hard to hear in audio, but...
Yeah, you probably can't hear it, but earlier we all did it together, and it sounded really cool. And you hear people around clapping too. Do you have anything to say at your first wonder of the world?
It's not my first, but...
It's the first of the new wonders of the world.
I like how grand it is. When you first walked up, it was very, very amazing. You were in awe when you first saw it.
Our guide got us here really early, so I feel like this morning we just had the place to ourselves before anybody got here, which was so awesome.
We made it to the sport arena. I love sports personally, like soccer and basketball. This is kind of like a combination of both, where they hit with their hips to hit a ball that's 4 kilos. That's around like, I believe, like 2 pounds. And they have to hit it with their hips up to through that circle. And apparently, if you score, your prize is death, or you get sacrificed. Obviously, we wouldn't do that now, but it's kind of crazy how that stuff existed, or how that was considered a prize.
There's even a cenote here. There's so much here. I thought it was just that one building that you see all the pictures of, but there's actually a ton that you could come out and explore.
According to our guide, the Mayans used this cenote to sacrifice people, mainly what he was mentioning, virgin women as a sacrifice for upcoming seasons. So it's very crazy. There's most likely a lot of dead bodies in there, because when they first discovered it, they were trying to excavate for items like gold, which they found, but as well as skeletons.
How many did he say? He said like 180, I think.
When they first were looking, there was like 180.
And he said that that was the latest phase, and they think that there's hundreds more from other phases, I guess, in there. We learned a bit of history because we did book an excursion for this and just for the whole day. So we got to learn some of the history, which is actually really interesting.
This area is where they would sacrifice people. They would take a knife and rip out your heart.
After leaving the pyramids, we visited another cenote, then got to see colorful lakes. The lakes were both orange and pink. I'll be honest, I was skeptical, but they truly were colorful. It all depends on the clouds though. When the clouds were covering the sun, you couldn't see much of the color. But when the sun hit them, they really were pink. We also got to see flamingos, although from far away. I live in Southern California and my friends are constantly visiting the Yucatan, specifically Cancun or Tulum. I have never seen any pictures of these pink lakes though, and had never even heard of them until recently. This leads me to believe that this is a relatively undiscovered gem in the Yucatan, and I highly recommend adding it to your itinerary. Overall, I think we got to see some must-see sites here in the Yucatan, as well as some lesser visited destinations. I hope this video showed you both the natural and cultural beauty to be found here in the Yucatan.